the Oriental Insurance. Similarly, we also have a lot of partners who made this event happen. So we begin with GC International School of Finance Trading, WRC Nepal, Mandala Book Point, Kathmandu Atal Pingalastan Leo Club of Kathmandu Vrikuti, Sarvanam Theatre, Valley Public High School, Pashupati Multiple Campus, Kathmandu International College, Kathmandu Rotaract Club, and Rotaract Club of Jawlakhel. For all of our friends here and who could not make it to the event, the entire event is also being broadcast live across the social media platforms of KLF.
And we are live on all the social media platforms of Kalinga Literary Festival. To begin this auspicious occasion, may I request our distinguished dignitaries and honored guests kindly be processed to the dais. We are honored to welcome our chief guest, Nepal's first female Chief Justice and Nepal's first female Prime Minister, Madam Susila Karki. We are very delighted to have you with us, Madam. We like to, Susila Madam, to take a place at the stage. We also like to request Dr. Ubendranath Behera to take the seat on the stage, please. Sri Ashish Malla, sir. Professor Jyotindra Kumar Nayak. Sri Avi Suvedi. Dr. Rakesh Pandey. Padma Shri Malini Awasthi. Padma Bhushan Dr. Pratibha Ray.
We now request Prachin Nayak to please felicitate our chief guest for the day, former Honorable Prime Minister Susila Karki. We also welcome on the stage Ranjana Nirola, Director of Kathmandu KLF, and Rasmin Ranjan Parida, the Curator of Kathmandu KLF.
Let us all now rage for the national anthem of Nepal.
प्रकृतिका कोटि कोटि सम्पदाको आचला वीरहरूका रगतले स्वतन्त्र भूमि शान्ति भूमि तराई पहाड हिमाल अखण्ड यो प्यारो हाम्रो मातृभूमि नेपाल बहु जाति भाषा धर्म संस्कृति छ विशाल अग्रगामी राष्ट्र हाम्रो जय जय नेपाल।
Now, in the rich traditions of South Asia, lighting the ceremonial lamp symbolizes the triumph of knowledge over ignorance and enlightenment over darkness.
May I now invite our distinguished dignitaries to kindly join us for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp and formally inaugurate Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Festival 2026.
Thank you, distinguished guests. May this flame continue to inspire creativity, learning, and meaningful dialogue throughout this festival.
To officially welcome all our guests and participants, I would now like to invite Mrs. Ranjana Niravla, Director of Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Festival, to deliver the welcome address.
सम्माननीय प्रमुख अतिथिज्यू, विशिष्ट अतिथिज्यूहरू, नेपाल, भारत तथा विभिन्न मुलुकबाट सहभागी हुनुभएका आदरणीय साहित्यकार, चिन्तक, विद्वान, कलाकार, सञ्चारकर्मी तथा साहित्यप्रेमी महानुभावहरू, काठमाडौँ कलिङ साहित्य महोत्सवको चौथो संस्करणमा यहाँहरू सबैलाई हार्दिक स्वागत गर्न पाउँदा आयोजक परिवार अत्यन्त गौरवान्वित छ। आज हामी केवल एक साहित्यिक कार्यक्रमको उद्घाटन गर्न यहाँ भेला भएका छैनौँ। हामी विचार, संस्कृति, स्मृति, संवेदना, मानवीय सम्भावनाको एउटा साझा उत्सव मनाउन एकत्रित भएका छौँ। साहित्यको मूल शक्ति नै यही हो। यसले भूगोलका सीमाहरू पार गर्छ, भाषाका भिन्नताहरूलाई आत्मीयतामा रूपान्तरण गर्छ र मानिसहरूलाई मानिससँग जोड्ने अदृश्य पुल निर्माण गर्छ। काठमाडौँ र कलिङ यी दुई नाम केवल दुई भूगोलका परिचय होइनन्, यी दुई सभ्यता, दुई संस्कृति, परम्परा र दुई गहन बौद्धिक यात्राका प्रतीक हुन्। हिमालयको काखमा रहेको नेपाल र बङ्गालको खाडी किनारमा विकसित कलिङ सभ्यताले शताब्दीौँदेखि आध्यात्म, दर्शन, कला, साहित्य, मानवीय मूल्यहरूको आदान प्रदान गर्दै आएका छन्। बुद्धको करुणा, जगन्नाथ संस्कृतिको समावेशी चेतना र मानवताको साझा दर्शनले हाम्रो सम्बन्धलाई समयभन्दा पनि गहिरो बनाएको छ। विगत 4 वर्षदेखि निरन्तर आयोजना हुँदै आएको काठमाडौँ कलिङ साहित्य महोत्सव यही ऐतिहासिक सम्बन्धलाई समकालीन सन्दर्भमा पुनर्जीवित गर्ने एउटा सार्थक प्रयास हो। यो महोत्सव केवल लेखकहरूको जमघट होइन, यो विचारहरूको सङ्गम, संस्कृतिहरूको संवाद र भविष्यका सम्भावित सहकारीहरूको साझा मञ्च पनि हो। आजको विश्व अभूतपूर्व परिवर्तनको चरणमा छ। कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता, डिजिटल सञ्चार र तीव्र विकासले हाम्रो जीवनशैलीलाई बदल यही समयमा विश्वले युद्ध, असहिष्णु, पर्यावरणीय सङ्कट, विस्थापन र मानवीय संवेदनाको क्षयीकरण जस्ता चुनौतीहरू पनि सामना गरिरहेको छ। यस्तो परिस्थितिमा साहित्यको भूमिका झन् महत्त्वपूर्ण बन्छ। साहित्यले केवल कथा माग्दैन, यसले विवेक जगाउँछ। यसले केवल सौन्दर्यको खोज गर्दैन, यसले सत्यको खोज गर्छ। यसले केवल प्रश्न उठाउँदैन, यसले मानवताको पक्षमा उभिने नैतिक साहस पनि प्रदान गर्छ। साहित्यकारहरू समाजका संवेदनशील साक्षी मात्र होइनन्, उनीहरू भविष्यका सम्भावित मार्गदर्शक पनि हुन्। जब इतिहास मौन हुन्छ, साहित्य बोल्छ। जब समाज विभाजित हुन्छ, साहित्यले संवादको ढोका खोल्छ। जब मानिसहरू एक अर्काबाट टाढा हुन्छन्, साहित्यले आत्मीयताको भाषा सिर्जना गर्छ। यस महोत्सवमा हुने विमर्श, संवाद, कविता, कथा, संस्कृति र चिन्तकका विविध आयामहरूले हामीलाई केवल नयाँ विचार मात्र दिने छैनन्, बरु हाम्रो साझा मानवीय यात्रालाई अझ समृद्ध बनाउनेछन् भन्ने विश्वास लिएका छौँ। म विशेष रूपमा नेपाल र भारतका साहित्यिक समुदायबीच विकसित हुँदै गएको यो आत्मीय सम्बन्धलाई सम्मानपूर्वक स्मरण गर्न चाहन्छु। साहित्यको माध्यमबाट निर्माण भएको यो मित्रता केवल वर्तमान पुस्ताका लागि होइन, भावी पुस्ताहरूका लागि पनि प्रेरणाको स्रोत बनोस् र बन्नेछ। यस महोत्सवलाई सम्भव बनाउन सहयोग गर्नुहुने यस कार्यक्रमका कल्पनाकार रश्मि रञ्जन परिडाज्यू, यसमा सुन्दरता भर्ने प्राचीन नायकज्यू, कार्यक्रमलाई जीवन्तता दिने मेरा आदरणीय गुरुहरू, साथीहरू, टिमभित्रका आदरणीय धीरेन्द्र प्रेमर्सीज्यू, कमलकान्त दासज्यू, बाबु त्रिपाठीज्यू, सुमन वर्षाज्यू, केवरा भट्टराईज्यू, सुप्रिया, मानसी, लाइट र साउन्डमा सन्तोष अधिकारी र टिम, फोटो भिडियोमा गोपाल दाहाल र टिम, सञ्चार माध्यममा प्रभाकरजी र टिम, पत्रकारज्यूहरू तथा सम्पूर्ण साहित्यकार, वक्ता, प्रायोजक, संस्था, शुभेच्छु तथा अथक परिश्रम गर्ने सम्पूर्ण आयोजक टोलीप्रति हार्दिक कृतज्ञता व्यक्त गर्दछु। अन्तमा महान कवि र चिन्तकको परम्पराबाट प्रेरणा लिएर यति मात्र भन्न चाहन्छु, सभ्यताहरू शक्ति र सम्पत्तिले होइन, हाम्रो साहित्य, संस्कृति र मानवीय चेतनाले दीर्घजीवी बन्छन्। यसैले आजको यो महोत्सव केवल शब्दहरूको उत्सव होइन, यो मानवताको उत्सव हो, संवादको उत्सव हो र भविष्यप्रतिको आशाको उत्सव हो। यही विश्वासका साथ काठमाडौँ कलिङ साहित्य महोत्सवको चौथो संस्करणमा उपस्थित भएर कार्यक्रमलाई गरिमामय र भव्य बनाइदिनु हुने हजुरहरू सबैप्रति हार्दिक धन्यवाद, हार्दिक शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्दछु। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Mrs. Nirala, for your warm welcome and inspiring words. The vision behind this festival has always been to create a meaningful space for literary and cultural exchange across South Asia and beyond.
Now it's my pleasure and privilege to invite the founder and curator of Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Festival, Mr. Rashmi Ranjan Parida, to address the gathering.
Namaste. Honorable former Prime Minister of Nepal, Srimati Sushila Karkeji, Dr. Rakesh Pandey, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Kathmandu, Padma Bhushan, Dr. Pratibha Rai, Padma Shri Malini Awasthi ji, Dr. Upendranath Behera ji, Shri Asaj Mal ji, Professor Jatindra Kumar Nayak, Professor Abhi Subedi ji, distinguished writers, poets, scholars, publishers, artists, friends from Nepal and India, members of media, dear partners, and the entire KLF family. Namaskar. It is a moment of deep humility and joy to welcome all of you to the 4th edition of the Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Festival. We met today in Nepal, a country of mountains, memory, courage, and compassion, tradition and transformation. Nepal is not merely a neighbor for us. Nepal is a civilizational companion. It is a land that has repeatedly shown the world the power of resilience through earthquake, political transition, economic challenges, and social changes. The Nepalese spirit has remained unbroken, dignified, creative, and deeply rooted. For many Indians, Nepal is not a foreign soil, it is a sacred and emotional landscape. It is Pashupatinath, Janakpur, Lumbini, the Himalayas, the Gandaki, and the Saligram, and the living warmth of the Nepali people. For Kalinga, this connection is even older and deeper. The bond between Kalinga and Kathmandu carries memories of pilgrims, monks, traders, artists, storytellers, temple tradition, and shared spiritual journeys across more than a millennium. Today, through KLF Kathmandu, we are only giving a contemporary form of an ancient friendship. Especially, I thank my friend Ranjana Nirwala, who is the director of Kathmandu KLF, whose leadership and the commitment have helped shape this festival with grace and strength. I thank my dear colleague of the Kathmandu Kalinga team and in Bhubaneswar team, also our Delhi team. Every member of the KLF family who has worked the day and night to make this platform alive and successful. I warmly welcome and thank all of our honored awardees, Dr. Basudev Tripathi, Dr. Nina Verma, Dr. Jyotiska Ganguly, and SOC Sahitya Sadman, Mr. Biswajit Dasgupta, recipient of the SOC Sadman and our SOC Book Award winners. This gathering is a beautiful South Asian homecoming, and in this room, we have people who speak more than 10 languages like Nepali, Maithili, English, Hindi, Urdu, Bengali, Odia, Bhojpuri, Rajasthani, Telugu, Sanskrit, Assamese, and many more. This is not a linguistic diversity. This is the living soul of South Asia. Every language carries a river of memory. Every poem carries a civilization. Every storyteller keeps a community alive. I must also speak honestly, making Kathmandu KLF has happened never and make it successful and face serious challenges of finance, sponsorship, human capital, and institutional support. Our organizing team in Kathmandu and our team members in Bhubaneswar and Delhi have often worked with very limited resources, yet we have persisted and we have decided to keep the flame burning. There are friends and partners, well-wishers from Nepal and India who have supported us quietly with time, energy, resources, and affection and faith. Some of them prefer to remain silent. To those angels of KLF, I offer my deepest gratitude, and your kindness give us strength. To all partners and institutions who have officially shared their logos and extended knowledge partnership and supported us financially, I say with folded hands, it does not matter with your support, it is small or big. You are our champions. You are helping literature survive, travel, and speak. As we consolidate the 4th edition of Kathmandu KLF, we are looking ahead. We want to build translation projects involving Nepalese authors and Indian publishers. We want Nepali, Maithili, Odia, Hindi, Bengali, and Assamese, and other South Indian languages to speak directly to one another. We want young readers to discover quality literature. We want libraries, reading circles, youth convention, literary exchange to grow from this platform. Kathmandu KLF is already inspiring our next journey in the coming years. We hope to take this spirit to Colombo, Bali, and Bhutan, and Bangkok, and London also, and beyond. But wherever KLF travels, the soul must remain local and respectful and co-created. Our dream is simple. South Asia must speak itself before it speaks to the world. Let's Kathmandu be one of the great meeting points of that conversation. Thank you, Nepal. Thank you, India. Thank you, every writers, readers, and partners. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Mr. Parida, for your inspiring words, remarks, and for your continued commitment to fostering literary dialogue. Meanwhile, we also request Randana Nirola, Director of Kathmandu KLF, to please take her seat in the stage.
One of the highlights of today's inaugural ceremony is the recognitions of distinguished individuals who have enriched literature, scholar, and society.
We now begin the Kathmandu KLF Awards presentation, and today we are honored to recognize the recipients of the awards First of all, I'd like to request our chief guest, Honorable Sushila Karki, to please hand over the Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Award to Dr. Basudev Tripathi. Now we request one more time Shushila ma'am to hand over the award to the recipients of Yashasvi Sahitya Samman, first beginning with Dr. Neena Verma. Another recipient of Yashasvi Sahitya Samman is Jostika Ganguly, and we request the Honorable Chief Guest to hand over the award to Mrs. Ganguly as well.
We again like to request Madam Susila Karki to hand over SS Yashumi Samman recipient Mr. Vishwajit Das Gupta. We also celebrate the recipients of YSSV Book Awards. First award goes to Savita Gautam Dahal. And we like to request Susila ma'am to hand over the awards. We also like to call Bhavani Khatiora to receive the awards on the stage. Similarly, we like to call on stage Joy Ram Timal Sinha to receive the award. We heard he is not here, so we like to request his daughter to receive the award on behalf of him. Jairam Timal Sinha sir, if you are here, we like to request you all to be on the stage. Dipendra Timal Sinha, sir, can we have you on the stage to receive the award? We heard that his daughter is here, so we like to request his daughter to receive the award on the behalf of Dipendra Timal Sinha, sir. We like to call on the stage Mr. Hemanta Sisir, sir. If he is not here, we like to call his representative on the stage to receive an award. Congratulations to all the awardees. Your achievements continues to inspire readers, writers, and the future generation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the celebration moves forward and we proceed with the addresses by our esteemed guests of honor.
I would like to invite Dr. Upendranath Behera to address the gathering.
Honorable former Prime Minister of Nepal, Srimati Susila Karkiji, Honorable Deputy Chief of Mission, Indian Embassy, Dr. Rakesh Pandeji, Honorable Padma Bhushan, Dr. Pratibha Raiji, Honorable Padma Bhushan, Dr. Malini Avasthiji, distinguished guests, respected writers, poets, scholars, artists, members of the Kalinga Literary Festival family, friends from Nepal and India, and dear young friends. It is a great pleasure and honor to be here in Kathmandu for the Kalinga Literary Festival. I congratulate the organizers for creating this meaningful platform of literature, culture, dialogue, and friendship. Kathmandu is just not a big city, it is a sacred civilization abode. It carries the wisdom and greatness of the Himalayas, the blessings of Lord Pashupatinath, the memory of ancient learning, and the warmth of the Nepalese people. For us from Odisha and Kalinga, Nepal has always been close to our heart. The cultural, spiritual, and literary connections between Kalinga and Kathmandu are old, deep, and living. During my years in public service, especially in administration and public finance, I learned that every society must invest wisely in its future. We invest in roads, power, irrigation, industry, education, health, and infrastructure. These investments are essential, but there is another form of investment which is equally, if not more, important. Investment in memory, language, literature, culture, and imagination. I would call this cultural capital. If financial capital builds economies, cultural capital builds the civilizations. If roads connect places, literature connects hearts. If trade builds prosperity, stories build trust. If public finance creates frameworks, poetry and literature create understanding. A literary festival is therefore not merely an event, it is an investment in the moral and cultural capital of the society. It brings writers, readers, translators, young people, and communities together. It helps us listen to one another with patience and respect. I'm happy that Kathmandu KLF is bringing together voices from Nepal, India, and beyond. This platform can play an important role in strengthening India-Nepal friendship through literature, translation, young engagements, cultural exchange, and people-to-people dialogues. As a member of the KLF Advisory Board, I have seen the festival grow with commitment, courage, and imagination. I appreciate Rashmi Ranjan Parida, Ranjana Nirula, and the entire KLF team for sustaining this journey despite many challenges. My message today is simple. Let us invest in culture as seriously as we invest in development and infrastructure. A society that reads, writes, translates, and listens is a society that is investing in peace, wisdom, and future. May Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Festival continue to grow as a platform for South Asian dialogue, mutual respect, and creative cooperation. I wish the festival festival great success. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Namaste.
Thank you, Dr. Mehra. May I now invite the renowned theatre personality, Sri S. Molla, for his remarks.
देवी तथा सत्प्रेत आज यो चौथो फेस्टिभल कलिङ फेस्टिभल आज हाम्रो सामु यसरी यहाँ हामी उपस्थित हुनु पाएकोमा गौरव मान्दछु। एउटा व्यक्ति र श्रीरञ्जनको भिजनले उडिसादेखि काठमाडौँसम्म एउटा यात्रा तय गर्दाखेरि आज यहाँसम्म आइपुगेको छ र यो कलिङ फेस्टिभललाई मेरो शुभकामना। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Professor Jatendra Kumar Nayak.
Honorable Prime Minister of Nepal, Srimati Susila Karkiji, and other eminent dignitaries on the dais, and ladies and gentlemen. It's a profound honor to be associated with the 4th edition of Kathmandu Kalinga International Literary Festival. I distinctly remember having come here in September 2024, and I carried very fond memories of this wonderful event. And it has gone from, like Dr. Behra just mentioned, the festival has gone from strength to strength and is going to build a literary community. I think the function of literary festivals is to build a literary community that recognizes borders, but tries to go beyond them and sometimes tries to transcend them and bring communities, voices, cultures together. So Kathmandu Kalinga Literature Festival, as Mr. Parida, Rasuranjan Parida, the founder, has just mentioned, has found in Nepal a great civilizational partner. So may our journey begin. I think you have already begun this journey. Let's move forward and let this be the beginning of much greater and grander events in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Nayak, for highlighting the significance of this community and the need to bolster it as we move forward as well. May I now invite distinguished poet, playwright, and scholar Sri Avi Swedi for his remark.
Honorable former Prime Minister Susila Karkiji, I can't remember the names of the distinguished participants and writers, except S. Manla, the prominent playwright, and all the scholars and writers who spoke previously, and those sitting, Vasudev, Professor Vasudev Tripathi, a very important personality, a pioneering person who established a system of literary teaching and pedagogy at the university, at the Department of Nepali. And I especially like to address my former students and organizers of this seminar, Parsa and Ranjana and Nirola. I'm so proud of their activities and their engagements and their very important work in this area. They have been doing this activity for the last several years, and they are untiring and then very inspiring persons. I just would like to speak a few words about the former Prime Minister Susila Karkiji, whom I respect, profoundly respect her as a very important person in the history of Nepal. I have been writing about her contribution and what she did for this country. And one occasion, I'd like to recall one incident when Barakhari organized a short story competition at Hotel Solti, and she was the chief guest. She was the prime minister at that time. And she came and she said, I don't want to read the speech written for me. I would just like to speak spontaneously, she said. She was at that time facing the challenges from different quarters. And she said that I am harangued by political parties and others and so on. People don't misunderstand my mission. So I have also become like a character in a short story, she said. And so she asked all the short story writers, please write stories about me, she said. And I captured that. I like that very much and published an article in the Kathmandu Post. That article was shared by so many people. People liked my presentation about her. And the next time I mentioned about her in my column was when I was very dismayed by the attitude of the responsible people in this country. I said, don't you have even a word to say thank you to Susila Karkiji, who has given such a big thing to you? So you are very stingy, you are very miser, I said. मलाई के छ र अब म मास्टर पढाएर खाने मान्छेलाई केही न केही लागेको भनिदिइहालेँ अनि these are and the wonderful wise words that the previous speakers spoke previously is very important. In their speeches, they evoked two things. One is the connectivity, the relationship between the writers of this country and India. Second thing they evoked, very important thing, is that the kind of inner dynamics of the culture and literary creative imagination that inspires and binds the writers of this region together. That is what all of them said in their speeches, and I found that very, very profound and very interesting. That is the point. So Kalinga Festival, that is so successfully run by my students, represents that very power of the cross-border interactions, sharing of the writers and so on. Over the last several years, about say 25, 26 years, I have been participating in the Sark Literary Festival. I have a very respected Didi, Ajit Kaur. She and I are Didi Bhai. She has been running this for the last 27, 28 years, and I have been attending her conferences, and I meet writers from South Asia at that conference, and we interact with each other. And I used to take a number of talented poets, and among them was Savita Gautam. And I used to translate her poems every time we went there. And I said to her, since I have already so many poems translated, why didn't you publish the book? She published the book of the collections of those poems, and for which she got the award today, and I'm very happy about that. So finally, I don't want to take much time because this is not the time to lecture. As a professor, as a lecturer, I am given to speaking. I can continue speaking like that. This is my job. But I want to close by saying that by organizing this Kalinga Literary Festival, you have done a very commendable job. This is a kind of every time you organize, you bring some kind of a cultural renaissance. It is a renaissance. So I thank you for that, and I congratulate you for your success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your beautiful remarks. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Rakesh Pandey, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of India, Kathmandu, for his speech.
Thank you. Former Prime Minister of Nepal, Honorable Sushila Karkiji, founders and organizers of the Kathmandu KLF, esteemed authors, artists, scholars, and poets, distinguished guests from India and Nepal, and dear friends. Namaste and a very good morning to all of you. At the outset, I thank the organizers for making me a part of this distinguished gathering at the 4th Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Festival today. Events like these play a vital role in stimulating exchanges that deepen mutual understanding and further enrich shared traditions. Artists, writers, scholars, and thought leaders coming together to share stories, experiences, and perspectives is probably one of the most effective and interesting ways of connecting people and building lasting bonds. In case of Nepal and India, such interaction is further enriched by the profound cultural and civilizational ties between the two nations. This is also reflected in the broader India-Nepal relationship, where our bilateral cooperation continues to grow stronger, including in emerging areas and newer domains. People-to-people ties form the bedrock of this comprehensive and unique bilateral partnership. I am confident that the discussions and dialogue over the next 2 days will not only cherish this vibrant connection, but also add new dimensions to it. Before concluding, I extend my best wishes to all the participants and the organizers. May this festival inspire new collaborations, forge deeper cultural and people-to-people connections between India and Nepal. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pandey, for highlighting the relationship between India and Nepal, also in terms of literature. We are now honored to invite Padma Shri Malini Awasthi for her remarks.
नमस्कार, प्रणाम आप सभी को। सम्मानित मंच को प्रणाम। नेपाल की भूतपूर्व लोकप्रिय प्रधानमंत्री, आपको सादर नमन। यहाँ पर उपस्थित सभी लेखकों, साहित्यकारों, कवियों, रचनाकारों को प्रणाम। मेरा बचपन गोरखपुर में बीता और गोरखपुर में पालन पोषण होने के कारण एक नैसर्गिक आत्मीयता नेपाल से सदा से रही। सन 82 में 13 वर्ष की आयु में पहली बार हमारा नेपाल आना हुआ। अभी तो लोग जहाज से सीधे काठमांडू आते हैं, हम भैरवा सोनाली से पोखरा होते हुए आए थे। 10 दिन यहाँ रहे थे, तानसेन पूरा भ्रमण करके गए थे। तब से जो संबंध और रिश्ता बना, मैंने कुछ कुछ नेपाली भी सीखी थी। तपैकेनो के ती रामने मुहुंछा बचपन में। ये मेरा सौभाग्य है, बाबा गोरक्षनाथ जी का, मच्छेंद्रनाथ जी का आशीर्वाद है कि काठमांडू आकर, नेपाल आकर के पशुपतिनाथ जी के दर्शन करने का अवसर मिलता है। और ये सौभाग्य देने के लिए मैं कलिंग लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल को हृदय से सभी साहित्यकारों की ओर से अभिनंदन और आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। भारत के लिए नेपाल सांस्कृतिक, आध्यात्मिक रूप से उसी का एक प्रकार है, एक रूप है, कोई भेद नहीं। एक सी कहानियां, वही चिंतन, वही दर्शन। और मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी कि कल हमारे उत्तर प्रदेश ही सुबह मेरी बात हुई और मैंने उनको फोन पे बताया कि मैं थमेल में कल देख रही थी गुरु मत्स्येंद्र नाथ जी और गोरक्षनाथ जी की मुझे पेंटिंग दिखी तो उन्होंने बताया कि काष्ठ मंडपम हमारे आप नाथ परंपरा में कहते हैं कि गुरु गोरक्षनाथ जी ने अपने गुरु के लिए ही उसका निर्माण कराया। तो जब सांस्कृतिक रूप से हम एक हैं, कह सकते हैं नाल एक साथ जुड़ी है, एक कमल नेपाल में खिला है, एक कमल उत्तर प्रदेश में, यह भारतवर्ष में खिला है, हमारा नाल एक है, यानी हम एक ही रूप से जुड़े हैं। हुई भी जाए, सबको लगता है कह रहे अपने घर आ रहे हैं। तो मैं आपका अभिनंदन करती हूं और रश्मि सहित पूरी जो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमेटी है उनको आभार व्यक्त करती हूं। एक साहित्य सम्मेलन आयोजित करने में कितनी चुनौतियां आती हैं, और वो भी नेपाल में करने पे। लेकिन मैं बताना चाहूंगी, प्रथम उत्सव में आई थी, आज आपका ही चौथा उत्सव है शायद, लेकिन इसका जो स्तर है वो यहां से वहां जा चुका है, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई। और हम सब आपके साथ हैं, जब भी आप आमंत्रित करें हम लोग आते रहेंगे। मैं ये बात कह करके अंत में अपना उद्बोधन समाप्त करती हूं कि नेपाल और भारत के बीच के प्रेम को बांटने के लिए, बढ़ाने के लिए सबसे बड़ी भूमिका कला की है, संस्कृति की है। ये बात मैं हाई कमीशन से भी कह रही हूं। इस सफलता से समझा जा सकता है कि यहाँ पर इला अरुण जी हैं, पीयूष मिश्रा जी हैं, यतीन्द्र मिश्र जी हैं, मनीषा कुलश्रेष्ठ जी, बड़े बड़े लेखक कलाकार सब यहाँ पर आज आए हैं। वो इसीलिए कि हम सबके भीतर पशुपतिनाथ जी विराजते हैं। काठमांडू का, नेपाल का भारत के प्रति ये पूरा प्रेम, सौहार्द और मैत्री सदैव बनी रहे। वंदे मातरम।
Thank you so much, ma'am. Like you said, we all are blessed to have you all here, and may we continuously get the blessings from Pashupatinath. Now, I would like to call the India's one of the most celebrated literary voices, Padma Bhushan, Dr. Pratibha Roy, to address the gathering.
Honorable guests on the dais, former Prime Minister, Madam Susila Karki ji, Ranjana Nirula ji, Upendranath Behra ji, Sri Ashish Malya ji, Professor Jatindra Kumar Naik ji, Sri Avi Subedi ji, Dr. Rakesh Pandey from Embassy, Padma Shri Malini Awasthi ji. It gives me immense pleasure addressing this Kalinga Literature Festival here. And also I am happy to see the distinguished guests of the dais, mainly the young faces, the future of literature and culture of both the countries. Very good morning, namaskar. Nepal, the land of spirituality, courage, wisdom, and profound cultural richness, residing in the sacred embrace of Himalayas, holds a special place in the hearts of Indians and also Nepali people. For the writers gathered here, this beautiful nation is not merely a destination, but a pilgrimage of the mind and spirit. I offer my respectful homage to this holy land and its people. I extend my heartfelt congratulations and my blessings to the organizer of the Kathmandu Kalinga Literature Festival, Sri Rasmi Ranjan Parida, who has done a commendable job. I was really surprised. He is for I am more proud of Rasmi for doing this. Literature Festival. This Kalinga Kathmandu let me tell you that I am a very senior writer, but I think that I am a young person. So, therefore, sometimes young people also forget. I forgot to congratulate Madam Susila ji, the former Prime Minister of Nepal, I think the first woman Prime Minister of Nepal. I have seen when the election was going on and she took over as the Prime Minister, I was feeling proud because being a woman, I was feeling proud of her. And I am very happy that I am sitting near her. This is because of Kalinga Literature Festival. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to not only to Rasmi, but to the entire team and Mrs. Rasmi also. She is doing a lot of job. Kalinga Kathmandu Literature Festival is a vibrant platform where writers, thinkers, and artists from diverse backgrounds can meet, engage, and enrich one another. Literature has always transcended borders, serving as a bridge between language, cultures, and nations, fostering understanding, dialogue, and a shared version of humanity. India and Nepal are not merely neighboring countries, but have a relationship since Puranic times. History, civilization, faith, language, art, and shared human emotions. The bond between Nepal and India dates back to Treta Yuga. I am taking you to Treta Yuga and to attend the marriage of Prince of Ayodhya, Ramchandra, to Princess of Janapur, Sita. So our relationship is from that day, and it is a bond of marriage. It is the most important part of human life. The bond between Nepal and India are very old, very Puranic, and this union of Ram and Sita, not merely as a mythological event, but is a timeless symbol of the deep cultural, spiritual, and emotional ties that continues to unite our two nations. The birthplace of Lord Buddha, that is my most attraction for this place. That this is the birthplace of Lord Buddha. This is my Lord Buddha. This is my second visit to Kathmandu. The birthplace of Lord Buddha at Lumbini is not only Nepal's pride, but as a shared heritage for all humanity. Nepal gifted the world Siddhartha Gautama, and India nurtured his spiritual journey, and from that sacred quest emerged the Buddha. Buddha surpassed the geographical boundary of Nepal and India, became universal wisdom. Likewise, the sacred tradition of associated with Janakpur, Pashupatinath, Muktinath, Kashi, Bodhgaya, Jagannath Dham, Puri, Odisha, and countless other pilgrimage centers have connected Nepal and India for centuries. The spiritual journey of South Asia cannot be imagined without Nepal. In many ways, our relationship still carries that emotional and cultural meaning. Festival, rituals, music, food, folklore, and family ties continue to connect millions across the open border. The India-Nepal relationship is also a relationship of language and literature. Nepal literature has enriched the literary consciousness of the Indian subcontinent, while Indian literature in Sanskrit, Hindi, Bengali, Odia, Maithili, Urdu, Tamil, and many other languages has influenced readers and writers in Nepal. Great literary figures of India and Nepal have helped us understand one another with compassion. Literature teaches us that human suffering, love, loneliness, hope, and dignity are universal. A poem written in Kathmandu can touch a heart in Kolkata or Bhubaneswar. A story born in Varanasi or Patna may find resonance in Pokhara. Translations have always an extraordinary role in this friendship. When literature crosses language, it crosses borders peacefully without any political unrest. I must say bravely that politics divides, religion divides, but literature connects. So now this is very important to be connected with each other, and that the medium is literature. Translators are cultural ambassadors. They are the bridges. They preserve the soul of one civilization and introduce it to another. My novel, Jagyaseni, Draupadi, has been beautifully translated into Nepali by the veteran author Bindya Suba and was published by publishers in Darjeeling and also one publisher in Nepal. It was adapted into a solo theatrical play in the Nepali language by writer Suman Pokhrel. The Himalayas reminds us of shared responsibility. Climate change, melting glaciers, foods, and earthquakes and ecological destructions affect both our nations. Writers and intellectuals must raise their voices not only for beauty and imagination, but also for the protection of nature and humanity. The youth of India and Nepal are increasingly connected through education, cinema, music, digital platforms, and travel. But it is important that they also remain connected to their roots. Literature festivals such as this one are therefore deeply meaningful. They encourage young people to listen to the stories, preserve memory, and celebrate diversity. Literature festival create national integration and international understanding, which is the urgent need of the time. Today, in an age of technology and rapid communication, literature has an even greater responsibility. We are living in times of complete ecological crisis, social divisions, migration, loneliness, and identity crisis. South Asia needs cultural dialogues more than ever before. India and Nepal can together promote a literature of peace, coexistence, environmental consciousness, and human dignity. A writer, as writers and thinkers, we must resist narrow nationalism, hatred, prejudice, and intolerance. Culture grows not through isolation but through exchange. Nepal and India have survived through centuries because of our civilizations embraced dialogue rather than exclusion. Today, when I look at Nepal, I do not see a foreign land. I see a cultural companion, a spiritual neighbor, and an emotional relative. And I feel this is my second home. I see the wisdom of the mountains, the music of folk traditions, the resilience of common people, and the beauty of coexistence. May the literary friendship between Nepal and India continue to flourish. May our writers continue to inspire humanity. May our youth inherit a future of peace and creativity. And may the Himalayas forever stand as silent witness to the enduring friendship between our two nations. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Like you said, we all are sisters and brothers. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Thank you so much, ma'am. We all are brothers and sisters, like you said, divided by the borders and connected by art, literature, food, and festival like Kalinga. Now it's time for the book release, and books are enduring bridges between imaginations and understanding. It is now time for the release of two significant publications being unveiled at Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Festival 2026. The first book is Poems Across Times by Vibhu Acharya. I would like to request Madam Sushila Karki and the writer and all the guests from the dais to release the book. Book Time Across Time by Vibhu Acharya. And the second is Yoginis of Nepal by Dr. Adyasha Das. Congratulations to the authors, and may these work reach readers far from the wide.
Many congratulations to the authors, and thank you to everyone who was a part of that book release as well. We now arrive at a special moment of this inaugural ceremony. it is our privilege to invite our chief guest to address the gathering.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming the Honorable former Chief Justice and former Prime Minister Nepal, Susila Karki, and for Susila Karki, Madam.
Today, I am proud of being in this august gathering of famous poet from India, famous poet from Nepal, and writers from India and Nepal. First of all, I want to address the dais dignitaries from India and Nepal. Dr. Upendranath Behera, Shri Ashish Mallaji, Professor Jatindra Kumar Nayak, Shri Abhi Subedi ji, and Dr. Rakesh Pandey ji, and two prominent ladies, Padma Shri Malini Avasthi and Padma Bhushan Dr. Pratibha Rai. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I am feeling very proud of being this Kathmandu Kalinga Literature Festival. Really, just like Deepavali and Durga Puja, we feel proud each year. I am also feeling same type of proud being here. I pay thanks to Ashish Mallaji. He had gone to my house to call me, invite me to participate in this program. And also another Nirala, Sister Nirala, she had also visited to invite me, and I accepted because this is actually a civilized society, and so I like it. So I automatically asked Ashish Malla, yes, I want to come to this literary festival. Already you have listened that I have got a role to be a justice and chief justice in Nepal. 8 years, 6 months I work as a judge and chief justice for maybe 1 year only. Then I was passing a routine life in my house. With my family, I was passing a very beautiful routine life day to day. Sometimes I was writing articles in Nepali language, sometimes also in English language. And I was especially against the corruption. My articles were actually on targeting to the corruption. And all of a sudden, I got again a third role, that is Prime Minister of Interim Government. Actually, by heart, I have not accepted this role because I have knowledge that Constitution had barred me to be in educative body to a judge. But already, I think one of our Chief Justice, Khilraj Regmi, he has also played that role for 1 year only by the purpose of doing the election in country here and free election in the country. And same role I was forced actually by some people. And they told me that if you would not do that, it would be a great loss for your country and for us. So I accepted that post actually only to maintain the peace in country and also to regulate the fair and free election. 6 months I became, you know, I was 70, now 73, 72 that time, and 73 now my age. It is a old age. And in that age, I had to be, again, just like I have to collect that power and strongness on my body, just like a young woman to fight that position. Not, I want to say that it was successful. It became successful by only my side. There were a few friends. Actually, in that interim government, major people ministers were from judiciary side. And actually, judiciary's people, they are very much strong. They faces the criticism maximum, and they are also regular. They do only lawful work. So it is also one of the position that we became successful to do the election on time with people, political parties, and so many learned people of Nepal, जिसे हम विद्वान कहते हैं, they don't have believed that within 6 months there would be election. We did hard labor for that. This is one scenario of my life. Just like you hear women and male. Male is the son of the house. I am also a daughter of that house, my parents' house. I became a student of my teacher. Then I passed the master degree in political science, and then after I again did law in Nepal, graduation. Then I started lawyer because in my family, environment is that either people were engaged in legal job, in judicial or lawyer, or inside of police force. So automatically my senior fathers, my elder fathers, they were in lawyer, they were lawyers, so I did that one. I worked as a lawyer 31 years, regularly. And then after, this was also not my interest to come in judiciary, you know. What pressure made on me that there is no women in judiciary, so you have to come. I accepted that for gender equality, to maintain the gender equality of judiciary, I stepped on judiciary and I worked. And there also I had to do the hard labor, you know. Naturally, a person, a male judge can, being automatic, if his time comes to be Chief Justice, then they were accepted. But I was pending for 4 months. Many political parties or government people were not believing that I can regulate judiciary. But it's my luck, I get that post. And already I had told you that how I came in interim government. And another part I want to show you that I am not far from really, literature, you know. I have very much interest. In 1980 to 2000, I was writing poem sometime, also stories. Many stories and poems were published. And also I have translated just like I think so Ashish Malla's poem also translated in Hindi by me. And later on, I leave that part because I have no association with poets and writers. I had have association with only lawyers, and I have to promote my legal aspect. So I leave that one. But after in 1990, I wrote a novel. Its name is Kara. It means confinement or jail. How I wrote? First of all, I want to tell even this thing that man's life is literature and literature is life. How a poet, how a writer knows how they create their articles and their novel and poem. Everybody knows from societies, families, their lifestyle, and all these things. Good Earth writer, how she wrote she learned about China and the drought in China and the poor poverty in China and everything she saw, all these things she saw, and then after she wrote. Same thing I want to tell you instead. I was arrested in 1919 movement, and 2 months I had to live in jail, woman's cell. First of all, I was feeling that, although I was already lawyer, first of all, how can I stay though all those women who are charged of criminal or already court had declared them criminal, how can I stay then? But I stayed there. There were 40 women. I saw them, how they behave and how they were, and what was their story, who is actually really criminal. All these things I studied there. And I wrote that novel in jail, Kara. It means confinement or jail. I wrote that one. And after 27 years, when I retired from judge, then I published it. And next thing, my literary, affection. What happened when I was Prime Minister? In 5th June 2026, in my family, my husband seriously became sick. And he was taken to Delhi hospital. And I was there. And my daughter-in-law, she was delivering a child in London. I was in such a complexion, I had not time to think about my family member. Even I had no time to eat and sleep. In that situation, I had two problems. One was seriously sick, my husband, and lied in Delhi hospital. And next one is my daughter. She is delivering a child. And we were not helping there and we are not gone there. Sometimes, if I think that subject that day, I used to feel agony because in such a comment, I'm seriously diverted in a complicated job. My husband is critical in their hospital, and my daughter-in-law is there. And midnight, one of the assistants, Adarsh Shrestha, from Delhi, he gave me both news that your husband is all right, ma'am, and your grandchild is born. At midnight, maybe 12 or 1 o'clock, he gave me that news. I do not become pleased, first of all. Tears started to come from my eyes. I thought about the child, baby born boy. One thing, I must have to be happy because one member is grown, my waris came. But next thing I thought that, baby, you came in such a struggling world. What you will be and what your condition. When you would be growing situation in that condition. Neither your grandfather is there, nor grandmother, and many will not be here. And you have to do hard labor. Because same time, I was doing hard labor. I do not have to think about my personal things, I was even not allowed to bring my goods, my dresses from my house. That was my situation. And in that situation, I thought that, child, you came in this world, but this world is very much struggleful. And I also became happy. And naturally, I thought, how I grows my own son, because he is very liking to listen the story at midnight, at night. He always asks me, tell me a story. Mama, you don't tell me a story. Why you are not telling me a story? Every my stock of stories finished, but he is not satisfied. Then I started to imagine another stories of monkeys and birds and crows and everything. And I thought that I was alone in that house. So at night, I started to write this story, which I have delivered to my son. And actually, this would be the best prize, or it would be a good prize for my grandson. I started to write. Maybe outside they have put for sale. That is Mitty and Wild Cat. I wrote that one within 15 days in English language, and it is published by the help of others, and of my advisor. They tried, and we also released that book on Annaprasan. You from India, you know that Annaprasan Day, we released that book. So finally, I want to say that I was a lawyer for 31 years. I also did job in food corporation. 1.5 years I did that job. And also I worked as a 31 years in a lawyer. I became Chief Justice, I became Prime Minister. Please don't make me out from this society, literature world. Still I have so many stories in my mind. Some novel already I have written. Some are half written, and some are in my mind. Before going from this world, I want to publish those things. So please, you also make me one of the members. Don't think that I am a prime minister only, and don't think that I am a lawyer only, and don't think I am a judge. I am also a literature lover people. So thank you for calling me. Thank you for all, and enjoy your program. And I want to say you enjoy a beautiful country this is. So thank you giving me chance to be a chief guest on this program.
Thank you, former Prime Minister Honorable Madam Sushila Karki, for your thoughtful and inspiring address. Also, your contributions in the judiciary and your role during the very serious situation of transformation politically in the country as well. And also your stories and your contribution in literature, which we really hope and wish that you will continue in the days and decades ahead. Now, to honor our chief guest, I'd like to invite on the stage Yatindra Mishra, a leading Hindi poet and scholar, celebrated for works on Indian music and cinema. Can we please have Mr. Mishra on the stage to felicitate and thank our chief guest, Sushila Karki. He also hails from the royal family of Ayodhya.
Thank you so much, sir. As we come to the conclusion of this inaugural session, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished guests, authors, delegates, partners, and participants, and of course, friends from media.
Now to deliver the vote of thanks, may I invite Mr. Kamalakant Das, the co-founder of KLF.
Namaste, good morning. Honorable former Prime Minister of Nepal, Her Excellency Justice Susila Karkeji, other distinguished guests on the dais and of the dais, our respected writers, poets, scholars, artists, and the family of Kalinga Literary Festival Kathmandu, Kalinga Literary Festival India. Namaskar, Pranam. It is a great pleasure and honor to be here in Kathmandu for the Kalinga Literary Festival. I congratulate the organizers at Kathmandu for creating this meaningful platform of literature, culture, dialogue, and friendship. And I'm happy that Kathmandu KLF is bringing together voices from Nepal, India, and beyond, where we have been fortunate to be here to build a cultural relationship and civilization relationship with Kalinga, with India, with Nepal, and also as a springboard of ideas for South Asia. So I would like to keep it very small and short because you have heard people who matter. And thank you everyone for coming here, making it a reality. And for last 5 years, we have struggled, but we have decided not to stop. Struggle, but never stop. So thank you, Raswinanjan Parida, Prachi Naik, Devraj, and everyone else, Sitansu at home, here in the team of Kathmandu, Ranjana Nirolaji, Suman Barsaji, Dhiren Premarishiji, and everyone else who have made this possible. And this platform is not just going to be Nepal, Kathmandu. We have got invitation from Bangladesh, from Bhutan, from Sri Lanka, from Bali, and Thailand to take this civilizational dialogue further. Thank you, everyone. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Mrs. Suman Bursa, Assistant Director of Kathmandu Kalinga Literary Festival, to deliver her remarks.
नमस्कार काठमाडौँ कलिङ लिटरेरी फेस्टिभल 4th एडिसन का प्रमुख अतिथि पूर्व प्रधानमन्त्री सम्माननीय सुशीला कार्कीज्यू, भारतीय राजदूतावास का उपप्रमुख आदरणीय डाक्टर राकेश पाण्डेज्यू, प्राध्यापक आदरणीय जतिन्द्र कुमार नायकज्यू, प्राध्यापक डाक्टर आदरणीय अवि सुवेदीज्यू, वरिष्ठ नाट्यकार तथा साहित्यकार आदरणीय अशेष मल्लज्यू, पद्मभूषणबाट सम्मानित प्रख्यात साहित्यकार आदरणीय प्रतिभा रायज्यू, आदरणीय डाक्टर उपेन्द्रनाथ बहेराज्यू, पद्मश्री आदरणीय मालिनी अवस्थीज्यू, काठमाडौँ कलिङ लिटरेरी फेस्टिभल का संस्थापक श्री रश्मि रञ्जन परिदाज्यू, काठमाडौँ कलिङ लिटरेचर फेस्टिभल का निर्देशक श्री रञ्जना निरौलाज्यू, आज सम्मानित तथा पुरस्कृत हुनुहुने सम्पूर्ण सम्मानित तथा पुरस्कृत व्यक्तित्वहरू, भारत तथा नेपालबाट आउनुभएका सम्पूर्ण विशिष्ट व्यक्तित्वहरू, साहित्यकार ज्यूहरू, कवि तथा साहित्य अनुरागी व्यक्तित्वहरू, पत्रकार मित्रहरू, विभिन्न विद्यालय तथा कलेजका प्रतिनिधिज्यूहरू, विद्यार्थीहरू, काठमाडौँ कलिङ लिटरेचर फेस्टिभल का टीम का हाम्रा साथीहरू, उहाँहरूको म नाम लिन चाहन्छु। धीरेन्द्र प्रेमसिज्यू, कमलाकान्त दासज्यू, प्राची नायकज्यू, बाबु त्रिपाठीज्यू, केवरा भट्टराईज्यू, त्यस्तै गरी यहाँ हामीसँग टेक्निकल ह्यान्डमा हुनुहुन्छ सन्तोषज्यू, प्राविधिक मित्रहरू अरू पनि हुनुहुन्छ देवराजज्यू, त्यस्तै गरी हाम्रा चाहिँ आजका स्वयंसेवक ज्यूहरू सबैमा हार्दिक अभिवादन, अभिनन्दन, सम्मान समर्पण गर्दछु। हामीले यो 2 दिने उत्सव साहित्यका माध्यमबाट आफ्ना अनुभवहरू, अनुभूतिहरू, संघर्ष, सपना र सम्भावनाका अनेक आयामहरू सुन्ने र बुझ्नेछौँ। यो 2 दिने साहित्यिक महोत्सवमा विभिन्न पुस्ता, भाषा, भूगोलका स्रष्टाहरू एउटै मञ्चमा उभिएर यसरी संवाद गर्निनु र संवाद सुन्न पाउनु हामी सबैको अहोभाग्य हो। यो दृश्य आफैमा एउटा प्रेरणादायी र ऐतिहासिक हुने नै छ। वास्तवमा यही साहित्यको शक्ति पनि हो भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। यो महोत्सव साहित्य, विचार, संस्कृतिको सशक्त मञ्चको रूपमा निरन्तर अगाडि बढिरहने विश्वास पनि म यही मञ्चबाट प्रकट गर्न चाहन्छु। यस गरिमामय अवसर बनाइदिनु हुने यस काठमाडौँ कलिङ लिटरेचर फेस्टिभललाई तपाईहरूको सहभागिता, सक्रिय पार्टिसिपेसनले नै तपाईहरूको अमूल्य समय, प्रेरणादायी विचार र निरन्तर सहयोगको ले नै यो कार्यक्रम सफल भएको छ र त्यसैका लागि यहाँ तपाईहरू सबैलाई हार्दिक धन्यवाद हृदयदेखि नै गर्न चाहन्छु। सर्वप्रथम हाम्रो निमन्त्रणालाई स्वीकार गरी आफ्नो गरिमामय उपस्थितिबाट कार्यक्रमलाई विशेष उचाइमा पुर्याइदिनु भएको छ। सर्वप्रथम प्रमुख अतिथिज्यू, त्यस्तै गरी आज राजदूतावासबाट आउनुभएका उपप्रमुखज्यू, त्यसै गरी मञ्च आसीन विशिष्ट व्यक्तित्वहरू सबै यहाँ आफ्ना सृजना, विचार र साहित्यबाट आफूलाई उजागर गर्नुभएको छ। सबैको हाम्रो प्रेरणा बनेको छ। उहाँहरूको विचारलाई हामीले प्रेरणाको रूपमा लिएर अगाडि बढ्ने नै छौँ। यसै गरी यस फेस्टिभलको परिकल्पनाकार संस्थापक श्री रश्मि रञ्जन परिदाज्यूलाई पनि विशेष धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु, किनकि उहाँको दूरदृष्टि, समर्पण र अथक प्रयासका कारण काठमाडौँमा यस्तो अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय स्तरको साहित्यिक महोत्सव सम्भव भएको हो। त्यस्तै गरी फेस्टिभलका निर्देशक श्री रञ्जना निरौलाज्यूको हौसला, अथक मेहनतलाई पनि मैले स्मरण गर्छु, यहाँनिर धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। साथै आज सम्पूर्ण आयोजक टिमलाई पनि म धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र हाम्रा सम्पूर्ण वक्ताहरू हुनुहुन्छ, मोडरेटर हुनुहुन्छ, पत्रकार साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ र साहित्यलाई माया गरेर आउनुभएका सबै तपाईहरूलाई पनि म हृदयदेखि नै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र स्वयंसेवक पनि यहाँ खटिरहनु भएको छ, उहाँलाई पनि मैले छुटाउँदिन, उहाँलाई पनि धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। र आज एसएससी प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठानबाट सम्मानित हुनुहुने, उहाँ पुरस्कृत हुनुहुने सबै स्रष्टाहरूलाई, सर्जकहरूलाई पनि म हृदयबाट नै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। हामी सबै आयोजक को तर्फबाट उहाँहरूलाई मुरी बधाई तथा धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छु र आगामी दिनहरू पनि उहाँहरूको उज्जवल होस् भन्ने कामना गर्न चाहन्छु, अझै सृजनशील होस् भन्ने पनि कामना गर्न चाहन्छु। हाम्रो सम्पूर्ण वक्ताहरूलाई, साहित्यकार ज्यूहरूलाई सबैलाई पनि म फेरि पुनः एकचोटि धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु, किनभने तपाईहरूको सहभागिता बिना यो महोत्सवको कुनै अर्थ रहने छैन। तपाईहरूको सहभागिता, तपाईहरूको चाहिँ एउटा यहाँसम्म आइदिनु भएर यहाँ यो कार्यक्रमलाई गरिमामय बनाइदिनु भएर आफ्ना विचारहरू, आफ्ना प्रस्तुतिहरू प्रस्तुत गरिदिनु भए ले यो कार्यक्रम सफल हुने नै छ भन्ने कुरा मलाई लागेको छ। त्यसैले यहाँहरूको सबै सहभागिता नै यो कार्यक्रमको सफलता हो। त्यसैले म हृदयदेखि नै तपाईहरूलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु र अन्त्यमा यहाँहरूको अमूल्य समय, साथ, सहयोग र सहभागिताको लागि हृदयबाट धन्यवाद तथा आभार प्रकट गर्दै यस उद्घाटन सत्रको यो पहिलो सेसन यही सकिएको जानकारी पनि गराउँदछु। हस्, धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you all for being part of this wonderful beginning to Kathmandu Kalinga Literature Festival 2026. Now, I would like to request to all our guests for the good photo.
So over the coming days, may you discover new ideas, engage in meaningful conversations, and celebrate the power of literature and culture.
Welcome to the Kathmandu Kalinga Literature Festival 2026. Okay. Chico?
I'll go to session, plan review session